I work Monday through Saturday, and I work these at least like 45 to 50 hour, maybe even plus weeks.
In today's case on workplace lawsuits, she is suing the company for underpaying her for her role. As a project manager, she thought she should be earning more than she is based on the workload that is on her. Let's find out what is really happening on this case and get to know what Judge Potter think about this.
That you're suing Kingston and Lowe, something about there's a discrepancy in pay.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
So pretty much, I work crazy hours. I come in about 7:30 a.m. I leave.
What do you
around
do for
8
this
p.m.
company, ma'am?
I am a project manager for the
project
company.
manager. Okay, please continue.
And I work Monday through Saturday, and I work these at least like 45 to 50 hour, maybe even plus weeks. And I am just burnt out. And then I overheard two of my coworkers who are both male, white men, and they make at least $80K a year. And I'm like, I'm not seeing any of those numbers.
Are they project managers like yourself?
Yes. And I've been with the company for about 3 years. And there's been no type of progression, no type of advancement in my role. And I just feel like it's not fair.
Okay. So why do you think that they're paying you less?
Well, I am clearly African American.
Well, you're saying, wait a minute, before we get to that, you say they make or you make 80,000?
They make 80,000.
How much do you make?
I'd be lucky if I hit 65K.
Okay, so you make 65, and these two gentlemen that you overheard in this conversation make 80. Mm-hmm. And you guys do the same thing? Mm-hmm. Sir, Mr. What was it again? I'm sorry?
Kensington.
Kensington.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Let me write that down. Mr. Kensington, sir, what's your position at Kingston and Law?
I'm Director of Human Resources.
Okay. Do you know this young lady?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard the allegation before at your company that she's made?
I haven't heard these allegations from her directly. I wish, in retrospect, she would have came to us.
Okay, so basically what she's saying is that there are people who work the same position as her who make more money than her. So to make this easy, can you guys give her the same paycheck? And
okay, first, it would be that easy, wouldn't it? First of all, let me say, first of all, that at Kingston and Lowe, we unequivocally never discriminate against anyone based on race, creed, or sexual orientation, anything of that nature. We're strictly based on merit and experience. So that's what we have. We have what we call pay grades, and there's scales of pay grades based on those experiences and based on performance and what we call merit.
Okay. So how do you judge merit? Okay,
so in Ms. Carter's case, who we value as a good employee, I've looked in her file, she has done many projects that have been successful for the company. However, there have been other projects that have been running way late and way over budget, and that's a merit situation. So the pay is based on your performances. So every year you get an annual review, and you have objectives, company objectives that you have to meet, and that's how your pay is based on. And our pay grade scale is also in place so that we don't have someone who's at a lower level who can make more than their boss. So there's pay grades within those levels. Okay. So you don't want to have a clerk making 50K and the boss of that clerk making 40K. Okay. So that there are levels, salary levels.
Are you familiar with the two gentlemen that she's referring to in this part of the conversation?
Vaguely, I am. But they're also high performers. If you look at their performances, and I don't like to point out specifics, but there was a major project, the Equinix project, that Ms. Carter was working on that was well over budget and was 3 months late, and we had some egg on our face related to that. So based on strict performances, I don't believe Ms. Carter has a valid concern. And if she did, I wish she would have come to us to discuss it rather than come to you, Your Honor, come to court.
Are you familiar with this project that he just talked about? What happened with that project?
The reason why I am very late is because I'm picking up the slack of our team. It's about 5 of us, okay? 2 of which who are remote, and I don't really contact with them as much, but the other 3 of us, me and the 2 gentlemen, they don't do their job, okay? So I'm picking up the slack, I'm working crazy hours, and I'm tired. And for him to get up here and say that, oh, she's late.
Did you, this project that he referred to, these two gentlemen, did they help you with that project? Were they on that project with you as well?
Not anything that was helpful. And I have sent HR several emails for the past, I want to say 3 or 4 months now. He goes back, oh, well, do your best. You know, keep trying. And I CC everybody, and I'm just getting very vague, very lame, and slow responses.
Okay.
So it's like I have to take action.
These two gentlemen that she's referring to, you're saying that their merit is at par with what's expected from the company?
Yeah, their company objectives have been met. Their project management, as a matter of fact, they were doing so well that I just asked them and asked their boss to ask them to help out because they were running late and over budget. This wasn't their primary job.
Wait a minute, I'm confused.
Me too.
Wait a minute, weren't they already? If I misheard, if I didn't hear you correctly, ma'am, they were working with you on the project.
Yes.
They weren't brought in. They were already.
No, we're all
that's
working
not,
together.
That's not true. That's not true.
No, lies. We're all working together.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay.
Let's not get into accusations. Let's stick to the facts.
It feels like a group project.
Hold
in
on,
high
hold on,
school,
hold on.
Okay?
Mr. Kingston.
I'm doing all the work per usual.
Here's the thing, though. If you're the head of HR, is it safe to say that you would not know how the project is put together because that's not your responsibility? I would be safe in saying that, correct?
When you put it like that, that's correct.
So if someone comes to you and says, well, this project came together because of this,
right,
you're taking that person's word over the person who's actually doing the project.
When someone comes to me as a director, we get back to the people who are actually doing the work and find out the information. We don't want to make uninformed or misinformed decisions. So when they came to me about the situation,
Who was they?
When the department that she works for came to us about the situation, I looked into all the people involved in the projects.
Okay.
So her performance on this high-end, multi-million-dollar IT project was well over budget and was also very late, and it was very costly to the company. So I'm responsible to report back to the president and also take the heat, really, for issues of
this project is where I'm at a loss at is why is she being held? It seems to me like she's being held solely responsible for that project, even though it also seems to me that there were other people involved.
Yeah.
Well, there's always others.
So my question is, how come everybody didn't get a questionable review, performance review, when it was multiple people and it was only her? That's where I'm lost at.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's speaking like how he talks in his emails. Very vague, very on the surface.
Ma'am, we're gonna get to that. But you see what I'm saying?
I
I
understand what you're
understand
saying.
that it was a big project, multi-million-dollar project, multiple project managers were involved. But the only person I'm hearing that had a questionable performance review was her.
The African-American,
That's what I'm
yes.
trying to get.
There's
So
always a lead. There's always a lead, the person responsible for the project. You may
Yeah.
have other people working on your team, but you're the one in charge of the overall project. You're the one that has the deliverables.
Exactly.
You're the one that's preparing the projects.
And you're not explaining why my pay is less. Look at all those things you just named. And I do all of that. All that stuff that have our names on it, I do all of that.
You do all
Where
of that,
is
but
my money?
you're underperformed on a very big project. I'm
Oh
not
my
saying you didn't do that. There's
okay,
underperformance based on that.
I'm starting to see the crystal ball a little bit clearer now. If she is head of this project, okay, she's the head of the project.
She's responsible for the
She's
project.
responsible.
100%, yeah.
Project manager, she's responsible.
Right. There may be other people that are with her.
Got it.
Okay, but she's responsible for the overall deliverables.
And I
when
get
the
that,
deliverables
and I
are
totally
late,
understand that part. You know what? We're gonna put you in charge. You're gonna run the show. Why did she get paid less than the other guys who were helping her?
Well,
Because you said, correct me if I'm wrong or not, you said that you have a scale and you don't want a scale where people aren't making more than their bosses.
That's
so
correct.
if she's the boss of the project, why is she making $15,000 less than
she's
other
the lead
people
of the
who are?
project. She's not the head of the whole project management team. On this particular project, she's the lead on that. Remember, She came in with
But-
less experience.
Yeah.
We based pay scale.
Less
But her experience
experience.
must have been worth something because you made her in charge of the project.
Right.
Well, first of all, I didn't make her in charge of the project. The project.
Someone made her in charge of the
exactly.
project.
Okay, but remember, her experience, her merit, her time in, her technical
Apparently,
skills are.
sir,
And you said-
apparently she must have had the experience because they put her in charge of a multi-million-dollar project.
I don't disagree that she came in. Remember, when you post a job looking for a project manager that has some experience, you hire them, but you hire them based on their previous experience
But
and their
Mr.
technical
King-
knowledge.
And I've
Kingston,
been
Mr.
here, and I
Kingston.
have committed 3
Yes,
years
you
to
have.
this
And
company.
and there's the other thing. What you just said, when you hire somebody, you expect, I got that. But she didn't come off the street. She worked for your company. You guys
No, I
put,
understand.
you guys put her in charge of a project. So apparently she had the experience to lead the project.
Well, that's how you get a job. When you interview for a job,
No,
you
no,
have
no,
to have
no, no.
experience.
But sir.
Wow.
We're
The
not
arrogance.
talking about interview for the job. We're talking about an actual project. She was there
No.
for 3 years. She didn't show up to your job one day and you guys said, okay, here, we need
No,
you to
I
handle this.
understand. Yes, absolutely.
She
3
was,
years
you
is-
guys had a project.
3 years is not a lot of time.
And you
but
said-
her bosses decided that she had enough experience to give her a chance to go ahead and head this project.
To
I'm
give
not-
me
I'm
a
not denying that.
chance.
I'm
God
not denying
bless
that.
you.
hold
Oh
on. Did
my
you
And
just-
I'm
God.
not also denying it.
Hey, hold on. I can't have you guys over talking each other, please. Okay?
Can I
and,
finish?
and you sure as hell not going to over talk me.
No, sir. No, sir.
Here's what I'm saying. If she was at your company for 3 years, okay, and she was a project manager, somebody in the company said, you know what? I think that she's the person for this project.
Correct.
We're going to also put other people, other project managers with this project. She's going to run lead, okay? But what she's saying is, I had the experience or they wouldn't have put me in charge of this project. So that argument is out the window, okay?
No, I disagree with you.
Okay, you disagree with me.
We got to take a step back, sir. We post a job for a project manager at a set salary based on experience and that kind. So we hire this person. We hire Miss Carter.
So
correct?
you mean
Well, hold on.
wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you hired her to do a project that you knew was going to last longer than 3 years?
No, we didn't hire her to do a project. We hired her to be a project manager. One of
Okay.
her projects happened to be this Equinix project.
When did
We didn't
this,
hire specifically
When did this
for that.
project, this other project exist?
Well,
sir?
we don't, in HR, we don't determine how projects come up. That's done by the project lead team. Okay. Her boss.
He's
decided.
not here day to day. He don't know what he's talking about. Okay. So for every project, we get about 6 to 8 weeks. He's claiming that I'm months behind because I am carrying the weight of my team. I just feel like it is just unfair. And
Unfair? You know what's unfair? I'm going to tell you what's unfair. I don't even know why you're here. I'll be honest. I don't know why you're here. Because
I was asked subpoenaed to be here.
because you do human resources. The problem at hand, the people who can tell me about this project, the ins and outs, they're not here. They sent you.
It's not
Okay.
because it's a salary base.
It's a salary
she's
issue.
She's claiming
I got that.
discrimination. That's an HR situation.
That is right.
and
But
we're
here's-
very DEI oriented in our company.
But
So
here's
we-
the
take it-
problem.
So
But
I have
here's
a
the
problem. with
problem.
that.
Here's the problem. They sent a person who cannot answer why this woman is being treated differently.
that's
They
my
sent
problem.
you to do the song and dance.
Well,
But
I
as
don't-
far as telling me why this woman is making $65,000 running a multi-million-dollar project, have people under her who make more money than her, okay? And then I got you saying, well, it's because of her experience. That can't be the proper answer because she's in charge.
Okay, first of all, they're not under her. The project manager, there is a lead on her whole department.
Who did you say was the lead of the project?
I'm sorry?
Who did you say was the lead of this project?
Look, she was appointed. My understanding was she
What?
was appointed the
What?
lead.
I didn't hear
of
you.
this
Who was the
project.
lead? I didn't hear
Ms.
you.
Carter was appointed the
Thank
lead of this
you.
project.
Exactly.
That's not in question here. But to say that she has people reporting to her is incorrect.
If she's the lead, then
For
she's
that
the
particular
boss of the
Yeah, but
project?
she's not the boss of the project management team. There's a whole department that has a team.
You're doing the song and dance. You're doing
Right.
the song and dance right
I
now.
don't think I'm
You're
doing
doing the
song
song and dance.
No, sir.
This is
You're
getting
doing
out
the
of
song
hand.
and dance.
This is merit
While-
based. Everything is merit based.
Merit based.
That's correct.
So
Merit
why
based
are
and
one of the
pay
guys who
scale
making
based.
80,000? Why aren't they in charge if it's merit based?
Well, she did sign a contract for her salary and never came back to ask about getting more money and getting raises. Number one. Number two, the people who worked on her team were hired at a different salary based on their experience when they hired on with the company.
Okay.
So she never came back to HR or anybody to ask for more money.
I was unaware of the pay gap until a couple of weeks ago.
She agreed to the contract and signed the contract for her salary range based on her incoming experience and her merit.
When she signed this contract, was this at the beginning, or was this like maybe a year or 2 years later?
No, when you hire on in the beginning, yes, sir. In the beginning,
and the other two guys, when they signed on, it was
They were hired at a higher salary, at a $65K salary, based on what they brought to the table. Remember that this is not uncommon.
What did they bring to the table?
This is not uncommon. When you go,
What did they bring to the table, sir?
Being white.
Ma'am.
No.
Come on.
Okay,
now.
I object. Your Honor, I object to that. That is offensive. And as a company,
Why do you think
as
I'm
a company,
here?
we
Are you
do not.
serious?
Ma'am, please. What did they bring to the table, sir?
Okay, when any job that's posted, you ask for certain experiences and certain.
I'm not talking about any job.
Okay,
I'm
these
talking
particular-
about
they
Kingston
had more
and Lowe.
project management experience, and
So when they came to your company,
when they were hired by my
When they
company,
were hired by your
they
company,
went through
they
an
had
interview
more
process like Ms.
experience.
Carter did, correct? I'm HR.
Okay.
You come in, we post a job.
Okay.
Project management, here's our requirements. We're asking for 5 years of previous experience, large scale budgets, ability to coordinate installations and things like that. So we have all these requirements based on a job, and then we interview somebody.
Okay.
And we hire them based on what they bring in, and that's what their salary is based on. These previous
So when they come in, anyone comes in, the salary is based on prior experience, prior to being with the company. That's what
That's
you're
correct.
saying.
What their experiences have been with other companies, and do they fit the need, our technical needs that we're asking for, and the salary is commensurate with that.
And that's great. Here's my problem though. They came in with all this experience, all this knowledge, all this merit, all this stuff. They signed, they got paid $15,000 more than what she did when she first came in. Great, got it, understand it. But if they were so good, why did they put her in charge of this project as the lead?
Again, you're talking.
I don't know because I work in HR.
No,
I got it. Yeah,
I get it, but just being somebody who's been in the workforce. I've been in HR my whole life. The workforce, there are leaders and specific teams. In this case, the IT team. Their leaders decided, hey, we have a new employee. She's relatively new.
She's not new. She's been there for 3 years.
3 years. I understand that, but she's done other projects and she's earned a spot to take a crack at this big project.
Take a
Which
crack.
she didn't
Wow.
Let me tell you something. I don't know if I'm going to give you a brief history of myself. Police officer, Mango Park, Police
Yes, sir.
Department.
Captain.
When we do detective work, we don't just give the case to any detective. You know who we give it to? The best qualified, because we want the job done. Mm-hmm. Now, everybody else, they can learn from that guy. And then when that moment comes, okay, we think you're best qualified for this. She appears to be the best qualified for this project. That's why you guys made her the lead.
I can't speak to how I see
Because you're not the proper person that
Well,
should
I am
be
the
standing
proper
at the
person
podium.
for the accusations that she already made about,
And I'm
about
with- I'm with
discrimination.
Well,
about,
I don't
about
know.
saying that because they were white, that's why they were hired.
Sir,
we have a multi-ethnic company.
Sir, I don't know if race played an issue. I can't say that she didn't prove that, but what she did prove is I am more qualified than the two guys who were talking and they were making $80,000 because I'm doing the work and they're not. Mm-hmm. Why are they getting paid more than I am? She made that point.
Yeah.
You can't argue against that one. So that discrepancy of $15,000 that she's asking for, give her money. I'm ruling in her favor. If you guys don't want her to be the lead on projects, if you think that her merit isn't qualified, don't give her the job. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You guys brought in people who had more experience. Those are your words. Let them do it. And she can learn from them. That way, she can learn, become more valuable, and it doesn't cost you guys $15,000. But you're going to pay her money. Okay? This court is adjourned.
Guys, do you agree with Judge Potter on this ruling? Because this is dicey. If this is what the company's policy says, Do you think a judge can alter it by telling them what to do with their employees? Because when you look at what the HR is trying to say, he said what she came in with will determine her position and payment. I think a lot of people always on the charge because they want to get that job and they will not want to overprice the position so that they can be considered. Do you think that's the case on this lawsuit, or you think she's just being treated unfair and needs to get paid accordingly? Please drop your comments in the section for me. Let's continue the discussion. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.